time has come for bad things to end. The time has come for life to begin. The time has come for the war of the world.
Listen, young you, I am the Michael Johnson of rap. On any track, I will outrun you. I will sun you. Rocky 5 Balboa, Tommy gun you at whatever it comes to. When Vegas come through, niggas reject your 1-2. So never mind me, you should just set your mind free. Know how my rhymes be. To tell you the truth, niggas can't fuck with the 9-9 me. Fuck if what I'm spitting is hot. I keep a clip full and niggas don't wanna give me a shot. I bet it's back on my dick, they a hop. Once I turn this brick to a block, I can make a brick with a rock. You right? You don't believe you can sit there and watch. I ain't trying to rewrite the movie, I'm just switching the plot. Like the Quentin Tarantino with a mic. I kill for these bills, ask yourself, is it really worth your life?
If it was up to you,
I'd probably be locked up.
if it was up to you,
I have to ride with the top up.
if it was up to you,
I'd probably get popped up.
if it was up to you,
But luckily that it's left up to
if it
me.
was up to you.
Yes, sir. We are back. Another episode of
Back.
Check the Rhyme. I'm your host, Magic. It's my co-host.
Lock, it's popping.
Yo, and today we got a special guest. This guy is a Queens legend. This guy was one of the youngest guys. This is one of the guys when I was a young guy. It was Shaheem the Rugged Child, and it was this guy. He's a super lyrical talent. This guy, paved the way for a lot of these guys today. From what I hear, he's a hell of a ghostwriter. This guy has inspired me musically. We're going to get into all of the meat and potatoes and accolades that this guy has accomplished. And we're going to get right into it, man. The guy that I'm talking about today is Ali Vegas, brother. Thank you for coming in today, bro. Welcome to Check the Rhyme.
Peace.
Yes, sir. Yo,
Yeah,
Ali, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yes, man, it's a blessing. We appreciate you coming through. Check the Rhyme is for artists like yourself, man, that was in the game during that era that I love personally, that I grew up in. Your name is mentioned next to the greatest of rappers, and it's been like that since you was a younger guy, man. And let me just tell you, I've heard your name since I'm 38, 39. How old am I? I'm 38. I'm 38.
We
I'm
the
about to
same
be
age.
39. So
30-something.
We in the same bracket, all of us.
You know what I'm
man.
saying? So it's like, I was there. It's something I wanted to share with you too before we get into it, right? Back in about 2000, 2001, I used to record on 135 in Linden. There's a park, Lincoln Park, and then across the street is 135. So there was a guy by the name of Lenny, Uncle Len.
Lenny. Yeah, Lenny used to record in the garage.
That's my damn, yo. I'm telling you, bro. And this is around the time when you had the Van Rap was running around. Your name was up there at the time, and I would come through and they'd be like, yo, Ali just left and this and that. Like, yo, I just kept missing you. And I used to think like these guys is fronting because it was like a coincidence. But now you confirming that you was there.
Yeah, because that was like Lenny was like, it was so crazy. You know what I mean? Mr. Lenny was the one. See, I knew about overseas before anybody because he taught me, before I even got like a deal with Trackmaster or anything, he showed me how to make white labels and send them overseas. So that's how we was doing it. Like I had records where like my sister sings, so we would go make records and then white label them and send them overseas.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So I was already getting over. So when I got to like, that's what I'm saying. This is when I was about 12. This is about 12, 13.
Oh, so you knew Len before?
Yeah, because it was crazy because Mr. Lane, he won like when everybody was going to summer youth, like he had me like I was working with him when I was about like 12 years old, 12, 13 years old, and we was going like we was making the deliveries from Kennedy Airport, you know what I'm saying, for the meal. Like I was making $60 a day as a kid on weekdays and $120 on weekends as a 12-year-old, 13-year-old. You know
Shout
what I'm
out to
saying?
Lenny, man. Word.
Yeah, so that's how I learned like the overseas market. So that's why like I was already moving music at that age. So by the time I got the track masters, I already knew how everything
You
worked.
had some game. You had some game. Wow, man.
Hmm.
Yo, shout out to Uncle Lenny for that, man. Yo, Lenny's a good guy. Is he still around? Do you know if he's still around?
I haven't seen him. I know he was supposed to be like, moving out to like Florida and stuff like
Okay.
that. So
Okay.
I haven't seen him. But yeah, nah, I used to you really probably just missed me because I would always go back there like and try to show them like when Kool-Aid and everybody was
Wow, I
recording.
was gonna say Kool-Aid. That's that's
Wow.
family, bro.
Yeah,
That's
that's
family.
the
And
thing.
yo, shout out to Kool-Aid, the R&B bully, man.
Yeah, like that's how I used to always go and and just what I mean, teach them free game, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying, about
yeah.
how the music business, what I mean, how it worked. So yeah, nah, that's
Wow,
how I was
man.
always.
That's family, bro. That area right there always showed me love. It was always safe back there with Lenny and the crew, Bungus, all these guys used to come through. This was a different element. This was a different era, you know.
Yeah.
And and it feels good to be able to share this story and and connect those dots. That's a beautiful thing, brother. And also, man, I'm from Roosevelt, Long Island. We from Long Island, and Reek the Villain, I see you guys was gonna do a project, the Williams brothers.
Yeah, that's my baby. It's crazy because that's my baby brother. But it's so crazy because like that been he been my brother for so what I mean, for so long.
Yeah.
And the crazy part about it is we never knew that we both had the same last name. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So we both ain't never knew that until we had to go sign in somewhere. Matter of fact, we had to go do the radio show.
I seen the
Um,
freestyle.
yeah, so we had to go do that. And, in those buildings, you got to show ID.
Mm.
So they both, you know what I mean. So we like, oh shit, Williams. So that's when we was like, all right, we just gonna do the Williams brothers. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. That's organic right there too. That's organic. That took no thought. It was like supposed to happen like that, man. Wow, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wanted to jump a little bit just to get what I mean, that little bit out so we can have a little, what I mean. I feel it's a connection there now. You
Yeah,
know what
no,
I
we
mean?
here. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, y'all wrote like.
Word up, man. No doubt. So let's go early. I know these interviews sometimes you probably repeat the same things over and over, but for the Check the Rhyme fans, the people that never, may have didn't catch a few things, take us back to early, Ali. What was your early influences in music and things like that?
Man, I mean, it's crazy because I'm from Queens, so it's great because my family is spread it out throughout the whole five boroughs. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? So I would have the elements of everything because I'm I would go out to Long Island because sometimes I'll be in Roosevelt or I'll be in Wyandanch. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
Okay.
I would be out there, and when we out there in Wyandanch, Rakim right there.
Mm.
So
Facts.
so that was my like Rakim is my favorite all times. Like it's him, and then it's everybody under him. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
So like he's my favorite. So I grew up listening to Rakim. So
Mm.
that's why it was funny because I grew up listening to Rakim,
Yeah.
and then like my people was just, what I mean, everybody from the bridge. So when it was like when I was probably about like 11, I probably was like 11 or 12, and I would be like, I'll go to the park. You know what I mean? Everybody know. Like I would just sit in the park, headphones and a notebook.
And this
You
is
know what I
Lincoln
mean?
Park.
It's Lincoln Park. You
Okay.
know what I mean? So
Okay.
I would go right there. This is when Lincoln Park had a pool and everything. So I would just go
Mm.
sit. I would go sit on the benches and just, you know what I mean, like just rhyme. You know what I mean? Write rhymes because like my upbringing was so real. Like
Yeah.
my upbringing was so real. Like my cousins my cousins and uncles, like they ran the streets, like literally ran the streets. So it was like the crime element was just so easy for me. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because I'm seeing it. So that's why when people be like, damn, like son rhyme, like they'd be like, no, like he's if he not doing it, you gotta be that close to it to know it that way. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. Right.
So
It's
I
too
would do
vivid.
that.
You painted vivid
So when
pictures.
yeah, so when I would rhyme, it's so funny when I would rhyme, like I said a rhyme and everybody was like, yo, that's Nas joint, right?
You
That's
took the
like,
word because your step.
Yeah.
Listen,
but I
man.
never. The crazy part about it, I never heard of him.
That's crazy.
Mhm.
Oh wow,
Like
that's
like
crazy.
this is like I never heard of him. Like it's the crazy part about like I never heard of him. My older brother will tell you, and
Mm.
my and a kid from my neighborhood, Ishmael, will tell you. He'll be like, yo, like because they had to show me who he was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I was just so that's why when we got the track masters, it was more like they was just like, and D was telling him like, nah, he just what makes us so is because we listen to the same influences.
Right.
So
Right.
like he was influenced by Rakim and I'm influenced by his influences.
Makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
that makes
that's why
sense.
that's why I never like when they interviewed. I remember one time they interviewed J. Cole and they was telling him like, "Yo, Hov signed you because you remind him of Lupe Fiasco and Ali Vegas." And he was like, "I never heard of Ali Vegas." So everybody was going crazy because they was like, "How you ain't never?" And I never took. They was like, and I never took it personal because I'm
Yeah.
like, I never heard. I never heard of Nas.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. It makes sense. But it's crazy to be his age and you know to be such a so-called hip hop guy. That's crazy that you never heard of Ali Vegas. Like, where you from?
Right.
Fucking Pluto? Like, you know what I'm saying?
nah,
So
but see, he probably just because probably at the time when he was probably at the time when he started it up,
yeah.
it was probably already a new. It probably was already a new era of
New phase of the hip hop shit.
yeah.
I
Listen,
could dig
you
it.
know
I
what I'm
could
saying?
dig it.
Like,
But he's supposed to
that's
still
that.
know his history, bro. At the end of the day.
I mean,
Do your homework.
You know how this hip hop shit is, man.
Yeah, for him, I mean, especially once he stepped foot in the door,
Exactly.
he's supposed to do his history.
Exactly.
Right.
Like once I stepped foot in the door, like when they said it, like me, I'm the type of person. Once they compared me to him, like my people was like, "Yo," because it was crazy because they compared me to him because they didn't know because the ones that was comparing me to him didn't know Rakim.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So Nas
right.
was that new era already. So it was like, so they looking like, nah. So once they did that, of course I did my homework, you know what I mean? Because you have to, you know what I mean? Just because you have to know that, you know what I mean? Like that can't be the first time you hearing it, you know? So that's how I did it.
So now with the rhyming, so did you like who actually? Because you could be writing rhymes, scribbling, or whatever the case is, but who actually said, "Yo, maybe you should take this serious," or like who said or co-signed you and said, "Yo, you're nice," and it gave you that energy to want to pursue rap?
Oh, my older cousins, my older brother, my older cousins, like my older cousin Taz, rest in peace, my brother
Rest in
Chi,
peace.
Clep and them, like they had a deal. Like
Okay.
they was rhyming, you know what I mean? So it's crazy because they was rhyming, and what happened was when I was 6 years old, I had to do. Maya Angelou came to the school,
Okay.
and we had a task to do poetry.
Wait, that's huge right there. Maya Angelou came. That's Maya Angelou, the poet, the poem.
The poet, yeah.
The black, yeah, right. Maya Angelou,
Yeah,
yes,
so
that's
we
huge
had
right
to-
there.
So we had to write a poem. You know what I mean? They picked a few kids to write poems. Like,
Okay.
and I was just the popular, so they was gonna pick me anyway, just so that way everybody else thought it was cool. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I always loved poetry. That's my first love. Like
Okay.
I didn't even know what rhyming was. You know what I'm saying?
Do you still write poetry now?
Of course, that's my first love.
Okay.
Always.
Okay.
So I was writing a poem. So I wrote the poem, and so now I had to recite it. So now it's a auditorium full of parents, my mom, my cousins, brothers, everybody, whole family in there. So now I got to say the poem.
Okay.
So now my first poem is crazy because my first poem was the sky's blue like a pig's eyes, birds chirp like a lady that just got raped by 10 guys, niggas die over rumors and lies.
At 6?
6 years old. My cousin put that on a scroll and put it on the shirt immediately as soon as we left the joint. So when I'm saying that poem, it's like it's dead silence.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
I would imagine so.
And And then my brother was like, my brothers and cousins stood up like, yo, that's what I'm talking about. And then everybody started clapping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it was like
Mm.
they couldn't believe like Maya was just looking like, no, let him go. Like
Yeah,
let him
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Like
Because he's expressing
That's
at
an
that age.
expression,
You're
right.
expressing what you must
yeah,
have seen this.
yeah,
You
like
see,
she
yeah.
like yeah, like yo, like let him go. So then
Wow.
once I got home, when I got home, my brother Chief was like, hold on, say exactly what you said on stage. Hold on. And then I'm saying it, then he put the beat on. He like, no, speed it up.
Yeah. Okay.
Speed it up. So then once I sped it up, he like, see, that's rhyming right there.
Oh, so this was kind of like your first introductory to writing a rhyme now.
Yeah,
Like
he was
rhyming,
like, that's
yeah.
rhyming right
Crash
there.
course.
Nice.
So once I seen that, it was like, that was like, oh shit, like this is new. It's like poetry was like skateboarding, and then somebody gave me a bike.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like, oh, I could get there faster. Oh,
Quicker.
it's on.
Thus is why you seem like a storyteller. You
Mhm.
know, when you rhyme, you paint pictures. You know, even if it's when it comes down to maybe seem like a freestyle, but the way you put it together is like it's like you're putting scenes together. You know, and you're one of the best at that. I remember back in about I want to say 2000 2001, there was a Blaze battle. I don't know if you're aware that one of the guys you battled, I remember Idea.
I did.
He passed away recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, he passed away recently. But in that arena, and how old were you then? You look like how were you 14 then?
I was about that. And what happened with that was it was crazy because we were supposed to be battling for expedition.
Okay, cause tells me about. It seemed like how long did that last? It was like so many. Was it days on end?
Nah, that was just one shot deal.
One
So,
day, the RZA battle, Capadonna, all these guys. Oh, yeah, that was
we
one day.
there. What's the name was there? Shine. Everybody was there.
Yeah.
So so what happened was we were supposed to battle for, because I did the magazine spread for them. So we were supposed to battle for an expedition. So I'm like, oh, okay, free rec, a free car.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
So now I gotta be at a show. Like I gotta be at like a paid event in Las Vegas. Like I got a flight to catch. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, so when we get there, they like, oh yeah, y'all battling for this. This is so we like where the cars parked. They're like, oh no, it's you battling for the expedition. I mean, you battling for this Averex. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, this special Blaze battle Averex. I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
That's not for me. Like,
Right.
I'm like, don't you like? I'm like, outside of Beyonce, I'm the highest paid.
Yeah, I'm the
person
A card. Like, yeah,
on
like
Columbia Records. Like, I'm not worried about like
AV,
chill.
right?
Yeah, I'm like, chill. Like, and it's so funny because I'm like, I already got an Averex deal. Like, I know where the Averex shop is at. Like,
Right,
you know what I mean? So now when we so I was like, I was about to leave. So my man said at the time, Dio was like, yo, you got to just do it because we got the contract signed. You know what I mean? So you obligated to make the TV appearance because it was a TV appearance.
Yes. Yeah.
So I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna just go on I said, I'm just going there and rhyme to the crowd. I'm gonna just do my show, and then I'm out.
So
I'm not battling nobody. That's why I didn't even look at nobody.
Right. That's
I
why
ain't
you
even
was
look at
just rhyming, because I'm like, yo, the
That's
rhyme. Okay, that explains that. That
was it.
explains
I was
that.
like, yeah, I was it. I used it for the TV time.
Yeah.
And then I was out. I'm like, yo, go ahead, get right.
Yeah, no doubt. And he ended up, I think Idea ended up winning that whole thing.
He won, yeah.
He
I said,
won,
yo,
right?
I said he beat me, so he gonna win the whole thing.
You did say that.
And
You
he
did
won.
say that. Yo, I remember because at the end they do like the backstage interviews, and you said that.
Yeah.
And you did say that, man. Wow.
I said, yo, he beat me, so he gonna win the whole thing.
Look at that.
That's it. And he won the whole thing.
That's a fact. Yo. So the Columbia deal, right? so you so so you start rapping. Your cousin shows you, the technique. You start rhyming. Now, how long from that point? Well, you were six then. So
Yeah,
from that point, you're starting to craft you work on your craft. You're building it up.
it was, but it was so quick though.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it was so quick. Like
Yeah.
it happened so quick because then I just started like next thing I know, I'm in every like I'm in every neighborhood battling and just tearing everything up.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that was the
Like
era too of
yeah,
you.
so I'm tearing everything up.
Uh huh.
Like that's what people understand. Like that's how my name was always ringing because it was
Yeah.
like I'm tearing everything up, no matter where it was at. Whether we was,
That's a fact.
you know what I mean, whether we in Queens on the side of the park, I'm tearing everything up.
Yeah.
Brook, we tearing everything. Like I'm just tearing wherever I'm at. And that was like, so my brother was looking like damn, you got, you know what I mean, like ill quick.
Yeah. 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 When did
You
when
know what I
did
mean?
when did the name? When did you become Ali Vegas?
I mean, it was like, man, I mean, that was probably about that didn't happen until like I was about 15.
Okay. That,
That didn't happen until I was about 15
was that
because
your
I was
first rap name or?
my first rap name was um Shorty Vic. That's what they used to always call me. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Very intelligent child. That was my
Mm-hmm.
first joint. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Mm.
So from there, then it was just then when I cause then I started going to I had to start my dentist was in Las Vegas.
Really?
So so whenever I would go to Las Vegas for my dentist, like he ran Las Vegas. So
So you,
I was
when you lived in Queens, but you fly to Vegas for dental?
yeah, if I had a if I had a root canal, it's crazy. My life is that's what I'm saying. I didn't have a normal childhood. You
Right.
know what I mean? So it's like if I had a root canal or something, like I was getting on a plane for
Yeah.
5 6 hours to get that. You know what I mean? So and you know
Wow.
what I mean. So he was like he ran. So I'm like so I'm in the Tropicana and all that at 16 and all that. I'm gambling at 16. He ran it. It was nothing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm a beast at roulette. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah. I would imagine so. You started at you had an early start,
Very
man.
young
yeah,
start.
so I'm like, so it's so crazy. So he was just like that's so he just started calling me Ali Vegas. You know what I mean? My dentist just started calling me Ali
Spin
Vegas.
off your name, your actual name.
Yeah, so he would just call me
Mm-hmm.
Ali Vegas.
That's what's
So
Wow.
I'd be like, all
So your
right,
dentist
cool.
gave you your
Look
handle.
at that. I think this
That's
is an
that's
exclusive.
that's
I didn't hear
wild.
this
Word.
on no platform. I never
Yeah,
do this
nah.
right here.
That's what's up.
That's
Yeah, rest in
dope.
peace, Dave Chapman. Rest in peace, Dave Chapman. He would call me Ali Vegas. He'd be like, Ali Vegas.
Yeah.
That's
Wow,
crazy.
man. That's dope. So now 15. So but you were signed to Trackmaster at 16, yes?
Yeah, 15. That year.
That
That
year.
year, I was that year that happened so fast. I was walking on the avenue.
Yeah.
I was walking on the avenue with my baby sister. We was on Coliseum Block,
Okay.
Panama PI. They was doing a documentary with
Yeah.
Tony Dofat and Panama PI seen me. He was like, "Yo, he's like, yo, there go my little man. My little man was crazy."
Yeah.
So everybody was like,
Cause you've been tearing
everybody
shit
was like,
up
"Yo,
this whole time, so you
yeah." They
known
like,
for
"Yo, call him over." Like call him over. Like when I knew I knew at 14. I knew at 14 that it was time that it was mine because
yeah.
at 14 I went to visit my brother in jail on the Rikers Island.
Mm.
I'll never forget this. This was like he never forget this. The people he was locked up with, they never forget. They be hitting him because it was like this was so monumental for me. This was like one of my. I ain't even gonna hold you up. Like this is like when people be like, "Yo, what's one of your?" I'm like, this is one of my great achievements of because I went to visit him and I went to tell him because he was like my brother Chief is he was the best to me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like
Okay.
because like he was just so ill. Like he'd be like, yeah, like yo,
Yeah.
like I'm just like before God, like, and he would always have like before like Redman, he had that was his
That
like that was his
style.
style.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he was like, it's Baby Chiba, ain't no gaga, no Google, take a hit from the blunt, then I knock out your fronts. And this is like before I even
Right,
heard
right.
of the Redman.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before they even out. So
Mm.
so when I went to visit him, I was 14. I went to visit him
Okay.
and I was just like, yo, you can't fuck with me no more. I said it just like that. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, you can't.
It's
I was
over.
like, I'm the best now.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, you can't fuck with me no more. He was like, what? He's like, let me hear something then. I started rhyming. I kid you not. Motherfuckers left they VI people they was visiting,
That's
pulled up the chair, stood
that's
up
crazy right
around.
there.
The CEO came from around the bubble
That's crazy.
and was listening. So whenever like they was like, oh shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Stop the
yeah.
whole
Every
motion
time I
on the
would
dance
go,
floor,
every
nigga.
time. Yeah,
That's
they
crazy.
was like, yo, they would tell my brother, like, yo, son, get me pulled down on the VI with you. Your brother coming.
Wow. Okay. So now it's clicking
So
in
that-
now.
Yeah.
Now it's clicking
Yeah,
in.
so that's when I knew right there that, yeah, like how I told him, I was like,
Yeah.
motherfuckers can't fuck with me.
Yeah, I'm the man
So
now.
then,
So
so then 15, so
Mhm.
now 15, like I said, fast forward to P out on the joint.
yeah,
So they doing the
Coliseum block.
document. Yeah, they doing the documentary. So he called me over there. So my man, he wasn't my manager before this. You know what I mean? This is he became my manager, Do.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, let me hear something. You know what I mean? Since PI, every raving about you, let me hear something.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started rhyming, and he was like, meet me at Trackmasters, meet me at Columbia tomorrow.
Every kid's
He's like-
dream.
He said, meet me at Columbia tomorrow. I don't even know what Columbia is.
Right.
You understand what I'm trying to tell you? Like, I don't know
Yeah.
what this, like, I
You
don't
just
know
a rapper, young kid, just rhyming.
Yeah, like I
Right.
don't know nothing about none of this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Right.
I just know like I said, I just know we go to the studio, we white label and stuff with Lenny. That's all like
Yeah.
that's all I know.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Like
The innocent era.
yeah, so then we got the track masters because I was recording with Bunga's uncle, Sisu and them, the Have Nots.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It was Sisu and Jermaine. I was the Have Nots. I was working with them. Just doing like, you know what I mean, they produce, so I would do their records, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So now we get up to Columbia and they like, yo, so now we get up there, it's everybody is there.
Okay.
Like, it's Poke, Horse, Nas,
Wait.
yeah,
Tone and Pope?
everybody's there. Yeah, Tone and Pope. Tone was roaming the building. Pope was just there at first.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was Pope, Nas, the whole Harlem World,
Wow.
Mocha. It was Mocha. Like everybody was in there.
Yeah,
you know
this
what I
is
mean?
the era. This is when it was happening, Ali.
Yeah,
This
so I
is-
just
Woo-wee.
so I walked in there. Yeah, so I walked in. So I'm just.
Were you nervous though? Before you?
No. I don't get nervous. It was crazy because before we walked in,
Yeah.
my man was like, yo, yeah. He was like, yo, good luck. I was like, I don't need no luck. If I
You was ready. Ali knew he was nice,
need,
man.
yeah. I'm like, if I need luck, then I need God. I don't
You
need
right.
doing this if
Yeah,
I
I
need
might as well
luck.
turn around, nigga.
Yeah, this skill. I don't need luck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I walk in like, so then, you know what I mean? Kid Capri is actually dropping off. Kid Capri is playing the record, which became It's Like That. Jay-Z's It's Like That beat.
Okay.
He
Okay.
playing it for Nas.
Mm.
That would have been Nas beat if he picked it. So he
Right,
playing
right.
it for Nas. So Poke like, yo, let me hear something. Everybody here. So now it's funny because I'm looking at Horse because I had to, you know what I mean? Like I knew Horse from like because of the dudes I was working with in Jersey. So I'm like, all right, said it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm cipher wise. I'm just like, go ahead, said it.
Yeah.
Horse like, nah, this your time, man. Like this for you.
Mm.
So then I just started rhyming and Poke was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like he looked at Nas he looked at Nas like Kid Capri and was like,
Is there any
Whoa.
footage of this? Was anybody recording this?
This is in a this. That's
This
what I'm
is
saying.
that
It was a
time.
different
Era,
era.
right,
Yeah.
right.
It's a different era. You know what I mean?
The
So
golden
we
That's
like,
a
era.
moment right there.
I know, like this was just a different era. So they
Yeah,
like, yo. So now everybody running to go get Tone. Like, go get Tone.
yeah.
Be like, because they like, you know what? Tone is the tougher critic. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Poke like, yo, don't stop rhyming though. So Tone come in there. I start rhyming. He was like, yo. It was like, yo, man, get his go send a call for his mother. We we getting this done
Oh, they wasn't
tonight.
letting you go.
Nah, I
Oh,
was
no.
there for 3 days. Go get
Yeah.
his mother.
Wow.
Go get his mother.
Held this
you know
nigga
what I mean?
hostage in the lab. Nigga.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
telling you, Mace came up there the next day because after that, once that first night, it became a phenomenon. So Mace came up there the next day. Esco still there. Esco came up there. Mace up there, and I'll never forget. My mom's just there. So now everybody who was on my sister wall on the right on poster
Word Up
is right there.
magazine,
Like
all that.
yeah, like is there praising her son. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And my mother never heard me rhyme before.
Oh wow.
So the first time she heard me rhyme,
Was in the building.
yeah, you know what I mean. So Mace looked at Esco and was like, "Yo, son, remind me of you when you was ill."
That's what he said. Wow.
Yo.
That's factual.
That's
Like, this is fact.
exclusive right here, bro. Ali, you
It was
blowing my mind
it
right
was
now.
yeah, it was so crazy. So my mom's just looking like what the hell going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that
Did she approve of did she like that you rapped, or did she say, honey, was she cool with it?
yeah, nah, she like
Supportive?
because that's my mom. She always you know what I mean push me to like remember it's just like it's crazy because it's just me and her. So
Okay.
when I'm like I said I'm working with Mr. Lenny, I'm bringing home about you know what I'm saying damn near $1,000
Right, right.
at 13. So it's like here, ma, this is what we doing. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So
yeah.
she know at the end of like I'm that kid. I'm going to Costco's getting candy and I'm selling like I'm a hustler.
Right.
So she know like she looking like she just happy that I got you know what I mean? Like she looking
Situation.
at the dream now. Like the hustle was
Yeah, yeah.
like this is you here. I'd rather you do this
Mhm.
safe thing than you getting into what you know what I mean. Your cousins and everybody else's.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And
So-
now with the game change and going another direction, do you think it's better now to be on a major or is independent, the way to go nowadays?
Oh, I would always. You know what I mean? Like, see, that's the thing. Even when I was on a major, it's so crazy. Like, even when I was on a major, I still was independent. You know what I mean?
The
Because
deal was
we was
structured like that.
yeah, we was urban wolves. So like, my lawyer always say, you know what I mean? Like, my lawyer always say, I won't ever get you in a deal that you can't get out of.
Right.
So what happened was that's how it was structured. If
Okay.
if any piece is broken, like if anything is broken between Columbia and Trackmasters, Urban Wolves, I'm gone. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like don't even.
Don't even.
So it was like,
right.
so that's why I always tell people. If you could do it, like especially now where you could just record and load up the iTunes. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
Like yeah, like nah, stay in. But the crazy part about it, what people don't understand, it's not even the independency because you could be independent, but if you don't know publishing, then you hurt.
Right.
Publishing was always the key. Everybody like that's why I ain't ever signed up. I ain't ever do no publishing deal or nothing. Like nah, I'm good. I'll keep my publishing.
And ghostwriting has been something you've been into in your career, yes?
I've always been and since like man since early Trackmasters. Poke would always call me in and be like,
And those
Yo.
type of checks still they still come in to this day.
yeah,
When
that
you're writing.
don't stop.
This is what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Cause you got the same energy, Ali. You got the energy. You comfortable. You relaxed. You're getting
Yeah.
money still. I smell it through the screen, Ali.
I mean, nothing, like those don't stop. You know what I mean? And it's just That's why you gotta just keep. I always tell people like, like it was the crazy part about it was the first when they sent me out the first ghostwrite. My first drink was Kobe Bryant.
Mm. Cause Kobe did drop the video,
on,
John. I
on
remember
Columbia,
Kobe.
yeah,
Columbia,
track
yep.
masters,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. With
He,
right.
he was track masters, yeah. So
That's
I
the.
was,
Oh wow. That
yeah.
sounds like a big check.
I mean, now it was crazy because how it's crazy how like everything transpired
Yeah, man.
because I was just saying we in the studio and we going back and forth about New York and Philly and I'm like what and I'm like he like we talking about he like we got Will Smith I'm like we got Denzel he like
Wait, hold on.
we,
So you're in the studio with Kobe having this debate.
yeah we
Let's
having
be
this
clear
debate.
because people don't understand. Kobe's from Philly, yes?
Yeah from Philly
All
yeah
right. So, okay. So wow, that's big, Ali.
yeah
Wow.
so
Wow.
we
So
having
take
this
us there
debate.
now. Right now we're in. Take us there, Ali.
Yeah, so now we having this debate. I mean about who. So he like we got Will Smith. I'm like we got Denzel. He like
Yeah.
we got he naming the rappers. I'm like, do I have to name any? Like really? You know what I
Right,
mean? Like
right.
so,
Exactly.
yeah. So then
That's
so
dope, man.
he like we got me, and then I was like my cousin Lo will bust your ass. He was like what? I'm like yeah. So I got Lo on the phone. I put them on the phone. And that's when he's like, that's how it all came together.
Wait, that's
He was
Lamar
like,
Odom.
yeah. So he was like, yo, son, it'd be dope if one day we play together. You know what I mean? Because they compare me to Mike, and we'd be like Mike and Scotty. And then that's why I always fuck with Phil. When I see Phil, I always tell him like, yo, you owe me some rings.
Yeah, right. Cause Ali Vegas brokered the deal with like that's dope right there, brother. Wow,
Yeah,
that's
so it's
another
fun.
exclusive. I appreciate that, brother. Word,
Yeah,
man. Wow.
yeah.
And this is what I'm saying. They don't know how you know how authentic and your history is in this game, brother. You know what I mean? And that's why I really feel great for us to be able to interview somebody like you, man, and give people the information that they might not know, man, and, bring them back up to speed and get them to check out, and look for the guys that really mean something to this game. Not just to me, but, man, trust me, you inspired a lot of people,
Sure.
man.
Yeah, nah.
5 albums, 11 mixtapes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of work, man. That's a lot of work. Your pen game is impeccable. We just here to salute you, brother. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
we still at it. We ain't stopping. We about to do the book Ali too. Me and Sha Money Excel. You know what I mean? Like we ain't even announced it yet, but we about to do the book Ali too. Like right now. Like
That's dope.
we on it.
That's dope.
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
So
you
we about to,
you
Okay.
working?
yeah.
You working?
So it's about to be crazy. You
That's
know
what
what I
I'm
mean?
talking
It's
about.
good to
man.
hear that word.
We're gonna stay in touch with you. We want you to when everything clears up, we want you to be a part of this
In
family and
studio,
check
yeah,
the
I'm
rhyme,
coming.
man.
Yeah, that's lock that in. I'm
Sure.
coming through. You know what I mean?
We will stay in touch, man, and we appreciate it. With this interviews like this, we have limited time, so we appreciate the time you did come out. Is there anything you want to promote? Anything you want to put out there? Shout out your anything you got on iTunes or anything, brother. Feel free.
Yeah, I mean, well, just like I tell them, stay tuned. I got we got the Depth to Society EP dropping. I'm gonna drop the single. That's me and my man Block Lord. You know what I'm saying? We got that joint.
Okay.
That EP gonna drop. Me and Nature working on the EP right now.
Yeah, Nature said
Shout
to
out to
answer your
Nature.
phone. No, he told me this.
Yeah,
I'm saying
yeah.
serious. He said, tell Ali to answer his phone because I sent them the joints and all.
Yeah, cause they know like
Yeah.
I give them their own medicine. Like when I'm a drill sergeant, so when I'm ready to work,
Yeah.
if everybody ain't ready to work, like him, Traj, and them, like when they ain't ready to work,
Yeah.
I just turn my phone off. Like nah, don't call me.
Right, right.
So when they ready to work, they try to locate
Yeah.
me. You know what I mean?
No
So
doubt.
I'm like, nah, I got you. So we got that dropping.
Yeah.
And then I got the Hallelujah project dropping with my man King Solomon, who's like a talented producer. He's crazy.
Okay.
And then we got the Book of Ali right now. Me and
That's
Sha Money
dope.
Excel,
That's
we
dope.
locked in.
That's
So
dope, man.
you know,
We
so,
looking
yeah.
forward
I
to
mean,
that.
if the people want to, I'm the real Ali Vegas on Instagram. They can follow me there. I'm there. Stay
Yes, sir.
tuned.
All right, brother.
Or
Well,
they could go to therealivegas.com and I'm there. We
no
right
doubt.
here.
Yo, man, it was a pleasure, my brother, speaking to you.
Word.
You know, it's been years. As you see, I had some answers I needed, some questions I needed answered. You confirmed
Yeah,
it.
I'm here.
It's all real. Salute to Uncle Lenny and everything, and Bungus and all them dudes, man, from that side too, for sure, bro.
For sure.
Kool-Aid and everybody, man. All right, yo, this has been another episode of Check the Rhyme. It's your boy Magic.
Slock.
Yo, Ali Vegas, peace, brother. Thank you.
Appreciate you,
Peace.
family.
Salute. Peace.
Salute.